Preston, what's it going to be like just knowing that you're going to be without your buddy Z for at least a few weeks?
He's been a key piece to this defense. He's been a major piece to this defense since we've been here. He brings a lot to the table, and he can help us out in a lot of different ways. As having an extra pass rusher and an extra weapon and tool for Coach Joe Barry to use and for the defense to use in multiple ways. It's going to be hurtful, not to play with him. Of course, he's like a brother to me, more than just the Smith bro name. And just going out there without him is going to be kind of different. Again, it's going to be something I got to adjust to, but it's going to be definitely different.
What have you seen from Rashan that makes you think he's ready for more of an increased role?
All right, man, Rashan, he had a hell of an offseason, and he came back, in great shape. He plays at a high level. He's definitely adjusted to the NFL very quickly, quicker than most guys, younger guys I see. But he's a smart kid. He plays at a high level, and he has a lot of energy, and he has a lot of ability to go out there and be great each and every weekend.
Do you expect offenses to put more attention on you?
That's a great question. I didn't really think about that. It's fresh today, but I think they're gonna have to pick their poison, because we got a lot of good edge rushers and a lot of good rushers. Rashan is a great edge rusher who does a lot of great things, and I believe having him on the opposite side of me, it'll help out a lot, and he definitely will demand some attention from his abilities.
What can the younger guys, Garvin and Rivers, do to help you guys out? What have you seen from them, that gives you confidence that they can contribute?
Those guys play hard. They come in every day ready to work. They know their plays. They know how to execute. They know the expectations when they touch the field. So, those guys can bring a lot of, help to the defense and a lot of help to our room also, just because their ability and their brains being able to come in and execute and know what they're doing and be able to react and play fast.
How's it been preparing for Jamal Williams as an opponent?
Playing with Jamal the last 2 years since I've been here, the players and the coaching staff know what Jamal is capable of. We know Jamal's a great back, and he does a lot of great things with the ball in his hand. We know he's a physical runner, and we know what to expect when we see Jamal. He's gonna play hard each and every play. He's gonna give his all each and every chance he can get. And we just know that we got to wrap up, and we got to rally to the tackles, and we just got to make sure we execute and don't let him get hot.
I think this is the first time we've talked to you since Chauncey made the 53. He mentioned how you guys are obviously from the same area, went to the same college. What has it been like for you seeing where he's come from, had some issues at Georgia, went to Last Chance U, and kind of where he is now?
Me and Chauncey went to the same high school. That's how I knew him before he got to college. Knew of him before he got to college. And then, of course, the Georgia thing, and seeing him now. Like I tell guys, it don't matter, what it took to get here. When you get here, only thing that matters is what you do to stay here. A lot of guys got a story. Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has, a tough story or a sad story. But, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It just matters when you get here and what you do. When I seen Chauncey, I've hung out with him in the off seasons plenty of times because we have mutual guys that we know. And we hung out plenty of times. I know we had conversations, played video games together before he was on the team. And we followed each other on Instagram, and we'll message each other here and there. But, just seeing him on the team with me, just him being here, I just tell, I told him, like I tell anybody else, hey, you got to work. It's time to put some work in, in the NFL, a lot of times you got a chance to make a difference for yourself. And I think when we signed him, he had a chance to make a difference for himself and to come in and be, a guy that we can count on as long as he handled everything the right way. And he did, and he was awarded a spot on the active 53.
I thought of you guys flying back from Jacksonville because we saw Stone Mountain from the plane,
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith is this big, positive personality. So how frustrating has this last 6 weeks been for him? And you probably had to step up to keep the spirits up.
It's always hard to deal with injury. And, I don't know the severity of his injury. We talk, but, we don't. I try not to talk about, whatever he has going on, because that's of course what he has to deal with. If he comes in, we talk about it, I can give him suggestions on things to probably make it better. And the last 6 weeks, he's been a regular Z to me. It's just been regular conversations. We don't really talk about, we talk about an array of things. Finance. We talk about life, kids. We both got kids. So, we talk about that, relationships and whatever, at family, whatever, may come to. We might talk about cars or something, It just kind of be a lot of different conversations with me and Z. And, it's just been kind of normal being around him these last few weeks, regardless of what he has going on.
Preston, if I'm not mistaken, you've never missed a game in your career. Am I right about that?
Yes, you're correct.
And Z has not missed one since 2017. Strikes me as this is not the easiest position to stay healthy at, just given the pounding that you guys give and give out and take. How do you do it? How do you stay healthy for so long?
I just make sure I take care of my body, and I make sure that each and every week I do the right things. Like if I'm feeling a little pain, I make sure I address it right away instead of letting it linger. So I handle it as soon as I feel something. Like if I feel like some tightness in my hamstrings or my quads, I go talk to the trainers, or I go get a massage, or I go see somebody who specializes in muscles or whatever, and I go talk to somebody right away and then try to fix the problem before the minor problem before it turns to a major problem. And I make sure that I prepare myself each and every week, and I do recovery when I go home, especially in the building and outside of the building, and to make sure that each and every day that I'm available, and each and every week I'm available.
Preston, how did you find out that Za'Darius was being moved to the short-term IR? Did he tell you, coaches tell you? What was the reaction immediately?
To be honest, I'll be honest with y'all today. I think I was just talking to him, and I asked him. I said, "Everything good?" And then he just kind of told me. He told me that way, and I was like, "Wow," I didn't know how bad his injury was, or the full details of everything he's dealing with. But I know, he was obviously in discomfort, and he was, with his mindset of being a fighter and wanted to be out there with his teammates and wanted to, go out there and compete. I know his mindset is, he don't give up. So until, you sit him down, he's the type of guy that, even with his thing, they probably had to take his helmet and, hide his shoulder pads and stuff, because he would still try to practice. But I just don't hearing that. I just know it probably wasn't a good feeling for him. And it's obviously not a good feeling for me. And I have my brother out there, and him, dealing with whatever he's dealing with, excruciating pain, whatever he may be feeling. It's obviously, it's obvious that I'm gonna miss him, and we'll miss him as a team. But our coach always told us about the next man up mentality. That everybody, whoever's the next man up, whether it's Rashan, Chauncey, or JG, or me, we got to be ready, and we got to go out there and execute and play hard.
I don't want pressure's probably not the right word for it, but you and Rashan are the two proven guys. No offense to Jonathan and those guys, they just haven't done it. Is there urgency on you and Rashan to really carry the load? Because it's going to be on your guys' back for a large extent, I would think.
It's a horrible question, but I answered the way you probably want to answer. I think with me and Rashan, we every day we make sure we set a standard in the room for our guys and those guys to see and to live up to, and to make sure that they execute and they play to that same standard when they touch the field. We make sure we're vocal and we talk, and we make sure that guys, when we hit the field, that you know what you're doing, and you can play fast. So you can play fast and you can execute at a high level. So when you touch the field, that it's no drop off, and that you can you can get as much playing time as us, or you can, when you're called on, you can be, you can execute, and you won't, and the coach has confidence in you.
Anything else in the room? We have one on Zoom. Sarah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Steve McGarty.
I was just wondering what you've seen from Jonathan so far this year, and how he might have grown, how he's changed since last season. What's the difference in him?
Jonathan Garvin, JG, he's improved a lot from his rushes and his preparation for the game. His ability to adjust on the fly, and his ability to be coached by anybody. He's a great guy that's always willing to get better. He asks questions every day, and he's always open to finding a way to get better. And I think that having that mindset makes it easy to play with a guy like that, and also probably for Mike Smith makes it easy to coach a guy like that.
Okay, we actually have one more from Zoom. Go ahead.
Yeah, just one more. Go ahead, Stacey Gillis. Thanks, Sarah. Preston, obviously you guys saw Jared in playoffs last year. Where does he fit in their offense when you study him on tape, and kind of, as they put up a bunch of yards against San Francisco in their first game?
I mean, I think he fits well in their system, and he executes their system pretty well. And as you see, like from watching the game and on film, that he can do a lot of great things. He can make a lot of great passes. He can also, redirect traffic and command his team and get them in position to make plays and to help their team.
What are a couple keys for you guys talking about him and sort of a new offense for Detroit on Monday?
Just don't let him get comfortable and eliminate big plays.